Olabi, and today I'll be taking you exclusively on physics to look at electrical safety devices and more on electricity. In our previous videos, we have done so much on electricity. You can download them and watch them, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button under this video if you like our video. Now, moving on to safety devices, you know electricity is very, very useful but dangerous, especially when it comes to alternating currents. Okay, direct current electricity might not produce electric shock within a particular range, but alternating current electricity is very, very dangerous. So it is needed at most times to always wear safety devices or ensure that we have safety devices when we are working with electricity. Some of these safety devices, of course, are generally insulators, which we use in handling electrical materials. But a particular safety device that can ensure that the value of the current entering into your electrical device is maintained at a given level is the fuse. The fuse is an electrical device, that ensures that certain amounts of current is allowable in electrical devices. So your fuse will only allow certain value of current. You see, most of the electrical devices that we use, like this one, they have a specific amount of current they can take. And once the current gets over that level, they could damage the device. So it is very much likely that you introduce something called a fuse to maintain the current level such that the device will not be damaged. We have two types of fuse. We have the tube type and we have the cartridge type. Okay, the tube type is the one that is very common in most devices. You have it somewhere here. This is your cartridge type. Okay, then your cartridge type is one you use for higher values of your devices. This is maybe 100 amps. This one 5 amps. Okay, 5 amps fuse simply means that if the current exceeds 5 amps, the wire within the fuse will cut off, and thereby ensuring that certain amount of current is allowed into the device. Your 100 amps is much more higher than the 5 amps, and that is why we use that one in household supply. The 100 amps is used in the power port supplying the house generally, so that when the current exceeds 100 amps, it goes off and on. That's the function of the fuse. Okay, now the fuse is also seen in your plug head. Okay, the plug head is the necessary port that most of the devices are used to connect to electricity. We have the plug head this way. We have the plug head. Most of the plug head this way. Don't mind my diagram. This is the earth, this is the live, and this is the neutral. The fuse is usually connected to this is the fuse, usually connected to the live. This is the fuse. The fuse is always connected to the live. This is the neutral, while this is the earth. The color of the wire connected to the neutral is most times blue wire. The color of the wire connected to the live is most times brown wire. And the color of the wire connected to the earth is your yellow, or at times green wire. Now, the reason why the fuse is connected to the live terminal is to ensure that certain amount of current is only allowed into your device. This one goes into the device. This one goes to the device which you are protecting. So these safety devices, which is the fuse, is very, very important in installation of electrical devices generally, so that they won't be damaged when the current exceeds a particular amount. But how do we pay for our electricity? Electricity is being generated in so many countries. Payment for electricity is very, very important so that the generation and transmission can go on. But the unit of electricity is paid in kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour. That's kWh. So the amount of electricity you use in 1 hour, or the amount of electricity you use in the number of hours you operate it, is calculated, and each one is billed per unit. Okay, the instrument popularly used is the watt-hour meter. Watt-hour meter. The watt-hour meter is installed in your house. Okay, and most times if you are going out, you can switch it off so that you incur little expenses. But if you are at home, you switch it on, so that as you use electricity for your devices, it will be measuring the amount of electricity you have used in kilowatt hour and calculate it to the bill. In Nigeria, for instance, 1 kilowatt hour is calculated as 4 naira. So by the time you use 10 kilowatt hour, how much are you going to pay? You are going to pay 40 naira. In the example which you have on the board, we have 5 80-watt bulbs, we have 200 watt bulb, 100 watt electrical iron. They are used for 2 hours, and we have to calculate the total bill which is being paid. Remember, 1 kilowatt hour is still what? Is 4 naira. So let's see the solution. We have the devices. Look at the devices. The devices here, we have 5 times 800 watt bulbs. That gives us what? That gives us, okay, it's 80 watts. Sorry about that. 80 watt bulb, that gives us 400 watts. We also have 2 times 100 watts iron, and that gives us 200 watts. Okay, so total amounts, total power consumed will be what? Will be 600 watts. So what will be the total energy? Remember, to get energy, you always multiply the power by what? By time. So total energy consumed is power times time, and that's 600 times what? Times the 2 hours. So we have 1,200 watt hour. And remember, energy is measured in what? Kilowatt hour. So I'll convert this to kilowatt hour. That's what? Kilowatt hour. Kilo is 1,000, so that's 1.2 kilowatt hour. So if 1 kilowatt hour is 4 naira, so the total bill paid will be what? 4 times 1.2, and that is 4 naira 80 kobo. So you can see that the total bill you pay depends on, number one, the type of devices that you put on for your electricity and their wattage value. And of course, it also depends on the time at which you used to consume them. So if you plug your devices for more timing, then you have more bills being paid. If you plug them for less timing, then you have lesser bill being paid. Now, this is just a description of the bills paid and the safety devices. For more videos, you can download more of our videos to tell you more about electricity and how they work. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop a comment down. Thank you.